Hi, good day everyone. This is Dr. Ina Khan, a clinical psychologist, psychotherapist, speech and language therapist, and I am founder of CRP and GAPDAS. Basically, GAPDAS is a global forum, and today we have a very lovely guest, Gagan Singh, and we are going to talk about hypnotherapy. And she's basically a hypnotherapist and mind scientist as well, and we will see the aspects of how hypnotherapy is going to change a life of individual, because as according to my information, as I'm using a little bit of hypnotherapy in my therapy, and I use the suggestion form and guided imagery. Let's see what she's going to tell us about that. And she's also my scientist, and there's very interesting thing about her, her profile. She's talking about money as well. So let's see how we are going to do this thing, and how we are going to be a successful earning person nowadays, because pricing are raising so much high. Thank you so much, Gagan Singh, for coming to us, and over to you now.
Oh, thank you so much for actually inviting me here, Neela. I really appreciate it. So, I am a hypnotherapist and a mindset coach, and definitely I deal with a lot of money mindset. Because the thing is, when we are growing up, I want to tell a little bit about why hypnotherapy is important first, and how learning about the mind is so important, so crucial, because we are never taught that. Now, the thing is about
Mhm.
hypnotherapy, it deals with the subconscious mind. Now, we have a
Yeah,
conscious mind and
that's
we
right.
have a subconscious mind. Now, with hypnotherapy, it's dealing with the subconscious mind. That's where all of your memories, your experiences of life, your paradigms, everything is in your subconscious mind. Your self image about
Yeah,
money. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a person who's earning six figures? Or do you see yourself as
yeah,
who's always going to do a job
yeah,
in life? All of this is in your subconscious. And that's why I'm also a mindset coach, because I work with the mind. Everything is according to the mind. So whatever results we get in our life, 96 to 98% of the results are actually based upon what is happening in the subconscious. So what I do as a mindset coach, as a hypnotherapist, is I deal with the conscious level and the subconscious level, because that's where the programming needs to be done. So we need to
yeah,
reprogram our subconscious to change the results that we are getting in our life, as all of them are according to what is happening in the subconscious. So we really need to understand our subconscious first. Does that make sense, Anila?
yeah. Does it make yeah, it makes sense, because uh, I am someone who is too much deep into their work. I'm working since 2011, and I love my work, the work I'm doing. And the thing is that I always go into deep thing. And there was a time I always used to think that where is subconscious and where is conscious. Is it as a physical entity, or is it some kind of because these are questions you're going to ask yourself, because the way you're studying about thalamus and hypothalamus, it's a part of brain. Okay, so where is conscious and subconscious? So it took me a lot of time, you could say maybe years and years of understanding and asking the same question from the people, and they were not able to answer my question, from the
Yeah.
things, from the books, from the literature. Then I heard somebody, and that was more like, it's a kind of sub personality you have. So
Yes.
it is a kind of personality that will overpower you at some time, and that it perfectly makes the sense what actually these things mean. And from that I get the idea what is subconscious mind, is what is pre-conscious, and what is the collective conscious. Because personally I am a big fan of, you could say, Jung, and he's a perfect example of it, because the thing he say makes sense. And even till now, you cannot deny the theory of Freud.
Yeah.
People say
I
a
agree.
lot of things about that. You cannot deny the theory of Freud. You cannot deny the theory of of Jung, because it
Yeah.
makes perfectly sense. We have collective conscious, and we have the memory of each other. That's how
Yeah.
we are going to, that's how we relate each other. That's how people have, same DNA, and the information is same. And there was a very interesting thing when I was study about the talking about these things, studying about these things, that reality is in your DNA. So
It is.
whenever you get something real, it will hit you inside. So you don't need to see other thing, and you don't need to have doubt about this self. But when we talk about our society, it sometimes it teach us to doubt our yourself. No, you're just thinking it. It's your thinking.
Yeah.
You're just hallucinating. So it's stuff
Yeah.
like that. So that's how, and when I came to your profile, that because maybe I have a lot of people in my my ID, but when you said that something about hypnotherapy and mind scientist, so I was more curious about that, because I know that when you talk about hypnosis, people have that very tricky idea. sketchy idea that there's something pendulum and it's going to work. So does it going to make somebody, and you can control people? And that funny thing about hypnotherapy, that was the reason I asked you to let's have a discussion about that thing, because till now people think that, till now people will see, okay, look at us, do you know how we are, can you judge my thinking, can you judge my personality? And they don't know that how we're going to do these things. And it's a basically a process, we have to spend a lot of time with these people. So I'm sure that with the today's discussion, my concept will be more clear and people concept will be more clear about the hypnotherapy, because till now hypnotherapy is still an effective way to deal a lot of problems.
Yeah. I will do two things, Anila. What I will do is I will talk a little bit about hypnotherapy more, explaining what hypnotherapy actually is, and also
Let me freeze a
explaining
little
about
bit.
the mind.
So today we are going to talk about hypnotherapy and mind sciences, and how it's going to change self-perception and self-doubt. Oh, thank God we are back. So
Yeah.
uh, again,
Okay.
thank you so
So
much
what
for
I will do is
coming again, and we are back. So
I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so Neela, what I will do is I'm going to first talk about a little bit about what is that hypnotic state. Now,
yeah,
when we are in hypnotherapy, we are
yeah.
dealing with the subconscious mind. That's the alpha state of mind. So that is the time when you go
Mm-hmm.
to sleep. That's a natural form when you go to bed. Just 5 minutes before you go to
Yeah,
sleep, that's
that's right.
the alpha state of mind. When you wake up in the morning, you are in that alpha state of mind. That is something natural. We can't control it. And that's what hypnosis is all about. It's actually tapping into that alpha state of mind. So you can tap into the subconscious. So your conscious mind is away and your subconscious is awake to take any suggestions that you might have. So what happens when I do any
Okay.
hypnotherapy is I find, for example, if someone has got anxiety or if someone has got skin conditions like eczema, or for example, I myself had fibromyalgia, okay, which is a chronic fatigue and
Okay.
chronic pain,
Yeah, I
and I
did.
healed
I
myself.
understand. Yeah.
And I healed myself. So what I did was obviously going back to the root cause of the problem. Why do we have this issue? Why does someone has got anxiety or eczema or asthma? They have a role to play, and then tapping into that subconscious, getting to the root cause. Why is the problem there? And then when they're in that hypnotic state, in that guided meditation, really, it's not something I use a pendulum or something. I just take them to relax their body, relax their mind, so can they tap into their subconscious, where all the experiences of life are. That why do they have anxiety or why do they have eczema in life? And once they have that knowledge, that understanding, then what I do is I obviously make a recording for them that will rewire the mind, that will rewire the subconscious to kind of whatever we want. So if you want to be relaxed in life instead of anxiety, so I will rewire the mind to be calm and composed, and no matter what is happening. So that is one thing I want to say. That is something very natural we do automatically anyway. And in that hypnotherapy, it's only about going in that guided state, right? Just in alpha state of mind when your conscious mind is away and you're more relaxed. Second thing I want to talk about, when you were talking about the conscious and the subconscious, no one has ever seen the mind. When I say the word mind, the image that will come to your mind is more about the brain. But my mind is no more than a fingernail,
Yeah.
than a fridge to your, right? It's not that. So mind is an activity, and body is actually the
Yeah.
instrument of the mind. So mind is in each and every cell of your body. And that's why what happens in the mind, we have to understand the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is your thinking mind, right? Where you are taking all the, everyday thinking you
Yeah.
are doing. You accepting or rejecting an idea. So when a doctor says to you, you've got this problem, you have the right to either accept that idea or reject an idea. So all of that is part of the conscious mind. And the subconscious mind is the emotional mind. That's where it is taken all the feelings. So for example, when you were little and something, a trauma happened to you or something happened to you, you will really keep that in your subconscious. That doesn't go anywhere. And based on that trauma or something, you will
Yeah.
maybe have anxiety in life, or you will have a money issues in life, or it could be anything related to that trauma in life. Or even if it's not trauma, your subconscious is still taking everything in from the newspapers that you read, from the news that you hear. So
Yeah.
whatever is happening in your 3D world, you're taking it all in, and it's all going in your subconscious. And I think the people really need to be aware how the subconscious works, because if they really want to change the results of their life, First, what they need to do is start working with the subconscious, because whatever is impressed upon the subconscious by the conscious mind, it cannot reject those ideas. And once it is in there, so for example, when I was going through fibromyalgia, my doctors, though I live in London, right, United Kingdom, the doctors are the best of the doctors. They said to me, oh, this is your life, accept it, what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
If you can't walk,
Yeah.
that's fine. If you can't run, that's fine. But obviously, initially I started accepting those ideas, that this is what my life is going to be. But the day I started rejecting those ideas, that's when my life started transforming, because I started working with my subconscious. I hope that makes sense, and how important it is actually to work with the subconscious.
Yeah. And the thing is that you're very much right. From here, I'm getting the idea that subconscious is the place where you're going to. Wait. Better. There's a child. Oh, so yeah.
No worries.
Versa bola understand. Versa has a child. Versa.
So sweet.
There's Sunday and there's a lot of people all the time. This Asian families, we have to deal these thing a lot of time.
I
Okay,
definitely
so
know.
okay, the
It's
thing is
okay.
that is how we're getting. Yeah, you definitely understand this thing because you also belong to we are, you could say, neighbor country.
Same
So
culture. Yes, same
that
culture.
I think. Okay, so the thing is that I think from there's where we are getting the negative idea, and that's how self talk. Because if you remember, the topic is also about self doubt. So I think
Yeah.
taking negativity from the environment, taking negativity from the other people, because in this week I have a talk with very with a wonderful therapist, and she was saying that okay, the patient said to her that I cannot do this. Okay, then she said that okay, who's talking in you? Is it your father? Is it your mother? Or is it your friend that who's telling you that we cannot do these things from from any place like that? So I
Yeah.
think it's very important to understand from where this negativity is coming from, so that you can stop this thing. And for
Yeah.
your own sake, you have to change your environment. For your own sake, you have to filter these things. And I think the actual technique would be how to filter this idea. Maybe you would agree to that point, that how we are going to filter that ideas, and how we are going to say
Yeah.
no to some ideas and yes to some ideas, and how we are going to change the change our own reality.
I will give an idea. So you're completely right that in a talk, that whatever is happening is because you've been listening to those ideas from the outside world. So for example, before I became a hypnotherapist, I used to be a teacher. And in the playground, you'll
Okay.
hear children saying to each other, oh, you're a loser, you're a loser, you're a loser. And what is happening is you are accepting that idea that yes, I am a loser, yes, I am this. And once you've accepted that idea in the subconscious, whatever actions that you will take in your life will be from that self image. So the self doubt, yes, that I can't do this, it's not that you can't do it. Yes, clearly you can do it, but you have accepted that idea, whether that's coming from your parents, that's coming from your friends, that's coming from an outside world, but you have accepted that idea. And once you've
Yeah.
accepted that idea, you cannot you can never outperform your self image. And that's what I said, once anything is impressed upon the subconscious, every action that you will take will be from that. So one thing I will say is to anyone who is actually listening to any of these ideas from the environment, start rejecting those ideas. Ask yourself, am I really a loser? Am I really, I can't do this? Yes, I can. We are God's highest form of creation. And if we are God's highest form of creation, we have got all the ability to do whatever we want in a life. And not we are, we cannot, we shouldn't doubt ourselves. If you are going to doubt yourself, how are you going to ask others to believe in you? And if you think you are
Yeah.
someone who needs some self encouragement, start talking to yourself positively. Start affirming I am, and whatever you will attach to I am will become your identity. So instead of saying I'm a loser, start saying I am powerful, I am. Start affirmations in your life. Start saying I'm enough, I've always been enough, and I'll always will be enough. That is one of my favorite things I learned from my Marissa Peer, who is one of my mentors. Mark your mirror, I am enough. Get a lipstick or get a Sharpie pen, and on the mirror just write I am enough. And keep seeing that all the time. I am powerful, I am smart, I am incredibly smart. So whatever that is that resonates with you, that you want to believe in, start saying that to yourself, because whatever you will attach to I am will become your identity in life. Anila, you there? Anila, were you able to hear that when I said I am enough to
Yes,
mark on the mirrors? Yeah.
I just
So
heard, even
I
you believe I just heard is because it is a little bit, distraction, but
okay.
maybe our viewers can understand or listen, because I have seen that last time also is doing that, and we both were looking at each other and we were not listening, but I was able to listen that talk on laptop. So that was a funny thing about technology. So okay,
Okay.
so you have very much right that, and I really like the idea that the way you're explaining, and whenever you feel something, and as you talk about self doubt, when I was working in start and I was becoming a therapist, and there was a lot of people, and people usually ask that question from me, and that is a very funny question actually, because I'm working with children as well, and they are special with different needs as well. So they say, did therapy is going to work? Are they going to change? Therapists are asking this question from me. So that was a very different thing for me, or you could say. And I used to say, if you doubt your own self, it means that your therapy is not going to, and believe me, that's actually going to happen. If you think that you cannot go do anything, you cannot change somebody, you cannot change the society, or your therapy is not going to work, because what we do is a talk therapy, whether it's a hypnotherapy, whether we are doing psychotherapy, psychoanalysis, CPT, or any form of therapy. People don't understand this idea that if a person is going to get sick from the talk of other people, because negativity is talk, it
Yeah.
is coming to you in front of words, and self doubt is also a kind of talk, and your subconscious and preconscious and whatever these ideas are coming from. If a person could get sick from these people, then I think a person could change his life, by using talk therapy. As you are a hypnotherapist, you know the power of self suggestion, that how important self suggestions are,
And that's
that
why I
going to
said
change
start
your
with
life.
I am
Yeah,
this, I am powerful, I am
yeah,
enough. So when I had fibromyalgia, I used to say, even though I had at that point, I used to say, I live in a healthy body. And the
yeah,
more I started saying, I'm energetic, I am this, I'm powerful, I'm energetic, I live in a healthy body, start affirming. And one thing more I will say, no matter what's happening in your life, start being grateful, because
exactly.
gratitude is the key. If I agree that one thing is not working right in your life, but look at the other 99 things that are working right in your life. Start
Yeah,
seeing being grateful for that. And the more you'll be grateful, the more you will start attracting things more in life which you'll be grateful for. Even though
yeah,
when I couldn't walk, and I was like, I used to struggle to walk, I used to say, at least I've got legs and I have got the senses. So I need to be grateful for my legs. I used to be grateful for the senses that I have, that I can feel the pain. There are many people in the world who cannot even feel the pain. So again, start feel,
yeah,
being in that gratitude state of gratitude. What is it that I'm going to be grateful
yeah.
for? And I always tell my clients, start writing 10 things every single day that you're grateful for. And the more you
Amazing
are going to
face, by
stay
the way.
in positivity, the more you are going to, positivity is one part, but the more you are going to become that person on this journey of yours, you will really empower yourself. When you will start being grateful for everything in your life, no matter what is happening, when you will start becoming this person who's only looking at the good in everything, and even though people are, around you are negative, and you, first of all, if you
Yeah,
can change that environment, change it, I would say, because negativity really takes you down. But if you cannot,
yeah,
and I won't suggest you to leave your parents or leave your family, I will never do that. But even staying in that family and environment, make yourself so strong that it doesn't bother you, that negativity. And wherever you go, you just empower people, and start doing that, start that bringing that change in yourself. Because if you
yeah,
can't do that for yourself, don't expect others to do it for you. Wake up, change yourself. I always say, no one is going to come and do it for you. No one come and did it for me. Where I was not earning
yeah,
anything, I started earning so much. My health wasn't good. I now I go for a run every day, 5K. And there was a time when doctors told me start accepting it, then I couldn't climb the stairs or couldn't walk. But no one is coming to do it for you. So accept it,
yeah. And the
challenge
thing that
yourself.
is that what I know about fibromyalgia is that you have all the time, you have small, that locks in your muscles as well, nerve
Yeah,
lock actually, and you have to
yeah,
work along that, and sometimes you have to use that thermal kind of some equipment, so that it goes away. And because I was working with a physiotherapist and she was dealing a client, and she used to told me about that, about some person, that I don't understand, every day she got new nerve locks. I don't know how to do that, because
Neeraj,
every
that's
day
what happened
new.
with me. I was sent to the
Yeah,
pain clinics. I was sent to everywhere. And the day I decided that I do not want to live like that, I started shifting my mindset. So I think it depends upon you. Are you going to take the decision that I want to move away from where I am and then just focus on getting better in life? And fibromyalgia, as Anila said, yes, there are days I couldn't walk, but still being grateful that I have got legs.
Okay. So, by the way, when sometimes you, because what I believe is that as a therapist, you have your own journey, and as a therapist, you go a lot of things, and unless you are develop your, unless you work on your own self, this is what I believe, that you cannot become a good therapist if you don't have, work along with your emotional trauma and work along, because everybody is struggling, and all the patient coming to us understand this point, that as a therapist we struggled a lot in our life. So by saying this to us, that you don't know our pain, it's because don't think that we are not human, we are also human, maybe we have suffered more than you, maybe we have done a lot of, struggle to become a
Well,
therapist, because no matter whatever you do nowadays, becoming a therapist, becoming a successful therapist, earning from something which is, still people don't get and don't take serious. And if you understand, we belong to, Asia, and over here all work along with beliefs, superstitious belief, that okay, let's go to this thing, and and they are coming to us when they are very, very, very ill. I mean, when they're at the last stage, when and all the, what it is called, totka are not working for them, and that what you call dam darud, and that
yeah,
red color. I don't know whatever these things. Okay, we respect if it is their own beliefs, but the thing is that if you're going to get, if you're ill and you have flu, you go to a doctor, you go to a physician, and you take his medication and you use that medication regularly. So whenever you have some form of psychological problem, because if you're talking about your own situation, that was fibromyalgia, anxiety is a big yes to that problem. You're
yeah,
all the time anxious, no, you cannot sleep, you cannot, you could say you cannot sleep, you're tense all the time, you have running anxiety all the time, and that fight and flight response all the time, you cannot sit on your chair. So
yeah,
I mean, out of anxiety, and you cannot walk because your body is, in the pain. So it's a big struggle along, and you have to fight your own struggle. And when you fight your own struggle, that's how you're going to tell other people that, you're going to view yourself, because you have to see a successful story in your own life. I mean, you have to see a success that other people are going to successful, and that's how you're going to do that. Okay, when you were discussing about things, you told me that you're going to change the environment. If you're not going to change the environment, at least change yourself, change your ways of thinking, or change your ways of responding. Okay,
yeah,
sometimes, because if we talk about our societies, we cannot change the environment. If we talk about a woman who is married and who have children, she cannot change the society. I mean, she cannot change, even yes, she cannot change the society pattern, and she cannot change the family as well. So what we could do to tell that woman that how she's going to use the positive, positive affirmation and positive self talk to change her, maybe change her day, actually, to made her day, actually. What we can do that about, how we can do that?
I will say find an inner cheerleader within you. So instead of when you are in that negative environment, and obviously I know the culture and I know everything. So people are always condemning you. People are always finding faults in you. You did not do this well. You did not do this. You should have done this. You could have done this better. The thing is, you keep listening, but you don't accept those ideas. Start rejecting those ideas and say to yourself, "No, I did this well." And you know how I'm telling you to write 10 things that you're grateful for? Write 5 things that went well in the day, that you're proud of yourself. So, for example, it could be cooking meal for the family, right? In spite of everything, you cook the meal for the family. That is something you should be proud of, right? You're doing that. So, find those
Yeah,
things. And also, don't forget yourself. Have some fun, self
yeah,
love, spend some me time together, whether it's reading
yeah,
a book, whether it's going out for on a walk, whether it's gardening for you, whatever that brings peace to you, that happiness to you, do more of that. So you cannot handle the negativity, you cannot change that because that's where you are. That's fine, but do start doing more of things which give you happiness in life, which will bring
yeah,
that inner peace to you. And the more that, and when someone is being negative, another thing I'll say to you, when someone is being negative and someone is saying whatever they want to, and you're sitting there physically, mentally, you should be in a place that brings happiness to you.
yeah,
Do not stay there mentally. So if you have children, right? Because I've got children, and what I used to do, and even now, When I'm in a place I'm not interested in being there, mentally I'm thinking about my child hugging me, or mentally I'm in a place, oh, I'm
Yeah.
going to go home and do this with my children, right? So because what will happen is that negativity will go back, because you're so surrounded with those happy thoughts. You're surrounded by, oh my gosh, I'm going to go back and do this, and my children. And I'm sure if you're a mother, you know that the child's happiness, the child's smile will bring all that peace within you. So think of those happy moments that you want to have, rather than
And I think there's
focusing on.
always happy moments in your life. Yes, you're very much right. And you always have positivity in your life and always have good. I will give you an example of my own friend. And she told me that she was having a very bad time with her husband. So when it came to her, and her husband was having a severe form of OCD, and he was a little bit, physical as well. So she was, living with that person for quite long. When the person started threatening her child, so she said that, okay, it's enough now. I should leave that place. Okay, there was a lot of family, a lot of family pressure on her that you cannot do that. And the person is like that. He need you. The child need his father. His father. So my friend said that yes, he need his father. He can talk to his father. I'm not going to take his father from him, but I cannot live with that person. And that was a very,
Yeah.
abusive kind of relationship, and he was not caring at all. She was doing job, and she was, bearing her own expenses as well. So that was a very tough time. And the thing was that she was very pretty girl. She was very hardworking teacher. Very, very, very hard. I must say that. But the thing was that she used to come, and she said that, okay, whenever I came on to for the job, I find my peace in the job. So she was putting her all effort in the children and teaching them. And like, I'm working with children with special needs. So working with these children give you different kind of joy. Whenever
Yeah.
they are making some progress, it actually make you happy. Whenever
Yeah.
other children can do anything, anyone could teach them, but teaching these children is a very challenging thing. So she was doing that very in a very better way, and she was very good in that. But the moment she thought that I'm going to change that and I'm going to go back my father house, so so everybody was, mocking her, just come back and we will do that, we will give you a lot of property will be on you, any security with you. So she said that I don't need
Yeah.
anything anymore. My child is with me and I will do whatever I want to do. I'm staying with my father
Yeah.
house. So the thing was that her father was ill, her mother died, and her mother-in-law also died, and they start putting a lot of a lot of pressure on her as well, that
Yes.
now it is your house, you have to take the responsibility of yours. Why don't you come back to your home? So that was a lot of thing which is the part of Asian family culture and stuff
I
like
was
that.
going to say that.
So
Yeah. That's
even
another
she was
thing about.
still wanted to, said that, I want him to be a good person, I want him to be, treated well. So he was even not taking, his family was not paying attention to him, because if a person was ill, they were not paying attention so that he gets some kind of medication, if he need medication, therapy if he need therapy. So all that was going on. So the thing was that the moment she start making her own decision, I saw a prominent change in her voice.
Yeah.
Her
She
voice
was
was so loud,
empowered.
so
Yeah.
so full of life. And she
Yeah.
said that when my
She was
father
empowered. She
is
said,
ill, her father was ill. Yeah, her father was ill, and she said that what I do is, whenever my other in-laws are my sister is coming and my other sisters are coming, my brother is coming with his wife, I just ask them to stay there, and have some of my me time and I go for shopping. So I do that thing on regular basis. I mean, like weekly, I do that thing, and she's living a very happy life over there.
good.
So
I'm so happy for her.
yeah, and I was also very happy because the moment I listened her voice, she was so lively. I
Yeah.
never heard her, because I worked with her for 2 years and she was never like that. But she was very happy over there. She was maybe not having that much, of what our people say, that a house, a husband, and stuff, things like that. I know these are necessary things, but over the, life of your child, so she have to take step. I wish she have taken that step for her own self. But
Earlier. Yeah.
and the thing was that she did not tell anything to her family. The family was not aware of anything, that how abusive that person is. And the thing was that she was actually empathizing with that person, because that person actually need help. That was the reason. But
Yeah. And that's the good
everybody has
heart
its
in
own
her.
reason, which we cannot judge them. But the thing was that now she is very happy.
That's good. I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
She
Okay,
deserves
so
all the happiness.
that was a very successful, we could say, story from my side. So let's talk about, you are talking about mindset and money mindset. So what is actually the money mindset?
Okay, so for money is, we don't understand and we never taught that money is energy. And the way,
Okay.
especially our upbringing is, we have heard, I'm sure you've heard things like money doesn't grow on trees, do not
Yeah.
spend money. right? Hoard money, save money. So all of these beliefs in our subconscious have, what have they done to us is we have formed beliefs about money, that we cannot spend money, or if money goes, it's not going to come back. We have to work very hard with money. The more hard work I'll do, the more money I'll get. All of these beliefs are wrong. But what has happened is, because we've been listening to these beliefs, we have formed these. They become part of a life. That is one thing. These are our beliefs, and we can never go outside a belief system. Second thing is self-image. What is your self-image talking to you? Is your self-image talking to you that you can only earn so much money? Because if self-image is like a cybernetic system which is in your subconscious.
Yeah.
And once it is set on that system, it can never go beyond that. So if you want to earn more money, you have to change your self image. If you really want to take a quantum leap in life, for example, if someone is earning 2,000 pounds and they really want to start earning 10,000 pounds, they have to change that, because what we think is, oh, we have a job, that's the end, we are going to only do our job throughout our life. We cannot see that infinite potential within us, and we don't understand that money is energy, as I've said, but money is only coming through our job, it's not coming from our job. So money is actually in
Yeah.
abundance in the universe. The lack is in our
Yeah,
mindset.
that is true.
We
Yeah,
are
yeah,
really have
true.
to change our mindset for money, really understand what money is. And when you start changing your relationship with money, that's when you will start seeing money in abundance in life. So whenever you're going shopping, I always tell my clients, don't think I'm spending money, think I'm circulating money. And be grateful to the universe that, you know what, I've been given the money for my life. And start talking to money like you will talk to your friend. You know what, let's go out shopping today, I will going to go and buy this. As I always say, lack is in our mind, everything is in abundance. If you look at the universe, you look at anything which is natural, it's in abundance. So what is it that we have this lack in our mind? And sometimes we think, oh my gosh, if you belong to places like, third world countries like India, Pakistan, what, oh, the economies are not good. No,
Yeah.
you can have the same homeless person in America and in countries like third world war countries, right?
Yeah.
So it never,
And sometimes in
because
worse condition as well.
exactly, and you will see multi-billionaires sitting in India and Pakistan as well, and not in America. So it's
Yeah.
not about the economy, it's about your mindset. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a successful person, or do you really see yourself as the one who's only going to do a job in life? So you really have to see what is it that you see yourself, and that's where your self-image comes. So start changing your self-image, start changing your relationship with money, and then you see how the money is going to start coming into your life.
Okay. So I very much like the idea you said that if abundance, and from your talk I'm getting a lot of gratitude that if you're grateful for things you have, then
Yeah.
you can get everything. Like same is true for the love. If
Yeah, it's
you
for
spend
everything.
love,
Yeah.
then you will get love back. And
It's for
when you spend
everything.
a lot of things on underprivileged people, then you're
Yeah.
going to get a lot of things as well. So maybe the money is also more about spending. And sometimes we usually talk about that thing, people die and things will remain over here, so you
Yeah.
did not enjoy on that thing.
Yeah.
And when I once I read a thing, the thing over someplace, and it actually hit me. The thing was that people are earning for their children, they're not earning from themselves. You're keeping saving for your children, so and
Exactly.
you're giving a lot of hard time, so you should spend on yourself as well. Okay, it's a good thing that you're saving this thing, but you never know what is going to happen next in your life, or with when you also, because if you get ill you will have that money to spend on your own self. But the thing is that sometimes you're cutting your own joy on that thing. I mean, you should be joyful for as well, but you should have some me time. You should, when I was, you read about, that weight loss and stuff like that. It is always about reward yourself. How you are going to reward yourself? Eat the thing that you like most, which have a lot of calories. It could be chocolate, it could be a sweet dish. So you should eat that thing so that you can maintain your diet for so long.
Yeah.
And if
And
you
never
do
use the
something
word
good, then you should
loss.
reward yourself for that thing. It
Never
could be,
use the word loss with the weight, because whatever you
yeah.
lose, the mind wants to get it back. So use the words like, I want to become more
Yeah, that
lean,
is
or
the
I
point
want to,
actually.
yeah. Never use
Yeah.
negative words.
Yes, I
Never
actually
use
like
the
this
word
idea
loss.
that the way you're saying, because the thing is that uh, I think words are so powerful. We don't understand that they are that much powerful. That is the point. Words are very powerful tool to
Words are
change your
very
life,
powerful.
because you're very
Yeah.
much right that you are going to get, give that message to your mind that I'm not going to get a food. I'm going to in starvation mode, so I should start accumulating a lot of fat in my body. And you might understand the idea, and you might may have written, read this thing, because when your mind is in fight or flight response, it get defensive. So when you're doing these
Yeah.
things, that you get defensive as well. And I think that's how these words are so powerful. So I
Words are
very
very
much like the idea
powerful.
that, yeah, they are powerful. By, money is abundance, and it is an abundance in around. And okay, what do you think, how much time it could, let's talk a little bit of self doubt. Okay, what are the circumstances or things that lead to self doubt, and how we can change their self doubt?
So self-doubt could be it's very damaging. First of all, it can have very detrimental effect on someone's life. Self-doubt, because if you doubt yourself in every move you take and everything you say, you can never come out of that. So, and how long does it take to? Uh, Depends upon your environment again. If you have an environment which is very nurturing environment, you won't have that much of self-doubt. But self-doubt can come from anywhere, from your home, from your school, from the teachers, from your report cards, a lot of self doubt. And it starts from very early on in life, very early on. So when we come on this earth, our conscious mind is away for the first 5 or 7 years. It's only the subconscious is open. So anything which is going around us, or for example, a child is small and you keep on saying, oh, he doesn't do anything right. He doesn't do anything. You think he doesn't understand, but the subconscious understands everything. And the subconscious is taking all of those
Yeah.
beliefs in, even though the child is 1 year old and you're saying the child doesn't know anything. That's the belief that child is forming about him or
And
herself
the
in
child
his
before
mind.
birth understand everything. I don't know why people get this idea that they don't understand anything.
Yeah.
Before birth, maybe
People,
3 months old baby in womb, they
even in the
understand us,
womb.
getting
Yeah.
understanding, and they're getting the energies. They're
Yeah.
getting the
Even
energy,
my
mother energy inside.
some of my clients, I've deal with, they go into the mother's womb, like the scene that I'm in my mother's womb and the doctors are saying this. So they start forming beliefs even in the mother's womb. And how long does it
Yeah.
take to improve it depends on the damage that's been done on you. So for example, if you work on yourself, so when people work with me, within 6 months their life transform, because they really kind of work on themselves and change their lives they have. So yeah, it depends upon, but it is a work that needs to be done depending upon how much damage is being done on you.
Okay. So I would like, maybe it could be a tricky question for you, that sometimes people came to us, they are very much rigid. Like maybe they don't want to change themselves, but they still want to get therapy, or maybe they just came to you because somebody referred them, or organization want to get them therapy. Or sometimes, let's talk about, because you cannot take away that culture from you, no matter wherever you are. Sometimes family bring you to that therapist and they want you to get therapy. And that maybe that happens very, because still now I don't think that a lot of people understand what is therapy. Still they want to go to other people,
Yeah.
and still there are a lot of people in way to make them, sometimes motivational speaker take your place, sometimes some pseudoscientists take your place, or sometimes, a doctor start giving you a lot of different kind of medication that you will feel sleep and stuff like that. So the thing is that, okay, a family bring a person to you and they want that the child get therapy, because maybe if he's a male, and because male is a privilege in some societies, he will get therapy. It's a female that she don't get therapy. So because if a woman is not talking, then it's a blessing that she's not talking, because she's very, a good, you could say,
It's
a
a
good
good
woman, a
girl.
good person.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
girl.
that is the
Yeah.
thing. So
What
if
I
we
would say
bring that person
is,
to you, so how you can work with that client? Because
yeah, so what I always say is, therapy never works, or nothing will ever work if you don't believe in it, first of all. And you are the one who can decide whether I want to get better in life or not. So when I've had clients where their parents have brought them, or their siblings have brought them because they want to get better, I have a first conversation with that patient and tell them what are the benefits of getting better, and do they really want to get better. And when you show them the benefits of getting better, how their life could be much much better where they are from today in 6 months time or whatever time that's needed, and they can see that yes, life, because the thing is they don't believe in themselves, they don't believe in things can work according to what they want it to be. So first, the power lies in within showing them that there are things possible apart from your misery in life, right? So you can have a life of abundance, or life of good health, or in any way, right? And you show them that. And then once they see that, that's when you start working with them then.
I
So
think they're
that's
coming
how
also
I
from
would
the
do
state
it.
of self doubt, that they still
Yeah,
doubt themselves. They're in
definitely.
the phase of denial. So I know it's hard to accept the reality that you cannot do certain things. You're not good in
Yeah,
certain things. People are not perfect actually. People are not remote. They don't came with a remote control to control things. And maybe I don't know from where people get this idea. Maybe society is feeding them these ideas that children should be controlled.
yeah. So I think
They
that's
don't
what
get.
it
I
is.
don't know.
Yeah,
So I think that if we start working on you could say maybe family structure that we have, or uh, the socialization that child is getting, or maybe we start giving the awareness in our education system, because education is a place where everybody is going. A lot of people are going there, and I think it's a very important part of our life as well. So grooming is also essential part of this as
yeah,
well. I think in schools, mental health should be mandatory. They should teach them to express
yeah,
emotion. They should
yeah.
even they
In
should
UK,
teach them
it
to
is
cry. That cry is a
mandatory.
normal thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
crying is a normal thing.
yeah.
Aggression is normal.
Oh, yes.
Expression of
And
aggression is
especially
a
with
normal
boys,
thing.
crying is normal. We don't, with
Yeah,
boys are never taught that. They always say, oh, don't become a girl if you're crying. No, crying is important. If you're not going to cry, the other organs of your body are going to cry. So choose what's better for you. You crying or your organs crying.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That is by the very good
Yeah,
explanation for that. That your organs start crying, and
yeah,
but I believe that I have studied it in a lot of places as well. All those emotional trauma which did not come out on time, which you do not express, maybe it could be your like your dislike, they're going to come out in your life, and it could be a very ugly form, and you
yeah,
don't know what is coming out from that, whether it is a complex trauma, whether it's a complex
yeah,
emotional, and it could be a firestorm as well. So you're going to collapse in your life someday. So this is why I said this to every people, because sometimes people are judging those who have some kind of mental health problem. So what I've always said to everyone who is listening, that you can get these problems in any time of your life. So stop judging these people and give support, so that you get the same support when you have these kind of issues. So instead of
yeah,
giving them a supportive environment, creating positivity for them, so you have, because if somebody in your home have some kind of issue, then you should go and at least listen to that person. And if you see that somebody need help, you should immediately take that person to help before it's too late. And
yes,
I'm sure you would agree to that thing as well, that
yeah,
yes, self-awareness is important, gratitude is important, and you should be thankful for even your family member as well, that you got your parents, you got your family, you got your children, and there are a lot of things. See, you can be grateful for that. And I very much like the idea that start writing. The happiness you have. I think when you
yeah,
start writing happiness, then you're going to find out the happiness as well. Oh yes, I'm grateful for this. Yes, I got a very pretty dress. Yes, I got pretty nails,
yeah,
or I got very good grade in some, and I give a very good presentation today. So why not celebrate today? So let's go to the some parlor and have some some nail work and some hair work.
yeah. Why
I
not?
think these are
Yes,
some explanation for you could examples for women as well.
definitely.
I think they can go and do these things. So I think we should teach other people to be happy as well. I think people don't understand how to be happy. Do you agree to that point?
Yeah, happiness is within you. I always tell my children, no one can make you happy. Happiness is within you. So do things that bring happiness to you. If you do not know what brings happiness to you, sit in silence, close your eyes, feel your breath. And first of all, be grateful for that breath that you're still alive. And then find where's the happiness. You will find the happiness within you. People who are happy, they don't need anyone in their life. Get a book out to read. It could be anything for you.
Yeah,
Spending time with your loved ones. It could be literally anything for you. So the thing is in finding that what is that gives you happiness. And start doing more things in your life. Start going out for walks. That's one thing that brings me happiness. Really going out for long walks, being in nature, spending time with my family, or watch a comedy show.
Yeah, that is important. Very much true. Okay, let me ask you a question. That sometimes people are, you could say, stuck in their life, like they don't know how to get out of certain things. It's not always about trauma. It could be some office problem as well. It could be such a situation as well, that feel that they feel they are stuck, and they put that much, and they put that burden on their shoulder as well. So what they could do, or how they can use
I
hypnotherapy,
will
or you could
say,
say it could be self suggestion, it could be guided imagery, what they can do.
I think the main thing is to actually connect to their breath, meditation. That will be something really that they will calm. It will calm them, compose them in life. So just sit in silence for 2 minutes, focus on your breath. So that's one thing. Second thing I would say is, again, finding those happy moments. Even if you have a stressful job, finding those happy moments that brings happiness to you. Doing more of that, even if it's like 5 minutes a day, you're doing things which are really bringing happiness to you. So that would be something really good.
Okay, so okay, let me tell a little bit about mind sciences. Actually, what is actually mind sciences? Because people are talking a lot about that. And is it same like therapy or hypnotherapy, or how it is different?
It's really understanding the mind. That's what it is. Understanding the mind, how to stay in control. You know how we've been talking about really being in, like, talking about how the environment is and everything. You become so strong with your mind that you can do anything. So I do a lot of manifestation by using mind. So a lot of manifestation, whatever you want, really imagining that, really, being in that, and then coming and creating that in your life. We can't create anything anyway. Everything is already here. It's about manifesting that. So your version of becoming a millionaire,
Yeah.
my version of becoming a multimillionaire, is already here. You just have to manifest into that version. And that only comes when you understand the mind, how the mind works, how everything works, and being in control of that.
Okay, so answer me a question. Maybe it's about belief or things like that. People say that you can write your own destiny. So how you're going to manifest that idea that I can, I write my own destiny?
Yes, I really believe in this. That yes, when we are born, we never told this, but yes, you can write your own destiny. You can write the life that you want. You are the director, you are the producer, you are the actor of your life. What is it that you want? And once you know what you really want in your life, how you want your life to be, what kind of a person you want to become, start becoming that person. And that's what I help people become. That's what I help people do. Like my coaching program is 6 months. That's what I help people do it, because that comes when you work with the subconscious. Because all of our results are a direct reflection of what's going on the inside. So if you really want to become that, write your own destiny. Start becoming that. Write it down, pen to paper. What is it that I want in my life? Go into that vision, that fantasy world. What is it that you would love to do in your life? I can write that life for you. I've written it for myself. And it can always change. That's the best thing. But make sure you are the main actor, you are the director, you are everything of that movie. You choose the person who are going to be, like, as co actors. Who are those people going to be? What is your life going to be? What job you're going to do? If you were painting a canvas, blank canvas, how would you paint that? How would you write your story? So choose it. And yes, this is right. I really believe in this. Write your own destiny. Make it.
And the thing is that yes, you're very much, because the thing is that sometimes when you say that everything's already written and everything is already present in that word, but sometimes you have to choose, and whatever you choose, sometimes people start getting a lot of regrets in their life as well, and they have burden of that regret as well. But I think if you did something already, you cannot undo that thing. So why not you look forward and start doing different things? And okay, let me ask you another question as well. So you're more in the whole talk, you talk about imagery, you talk about fantasy. So do you still watch cartoons and Disney movie as well? This is a curiosity, because these movies
No,
and
I
these
don't.
cartoons
I don't.
it's
But
more.
your fantasy is in your mind. You always know what you fantasized in life. You always know what did you want to become. When you came onto this earth, you exactly know what you wanted. But then, due to the experiences of life and everything, we start becoming so we can't see beyond that lens. But once you start clearing that lens, you can see life is actually beautiful, and I can actually make the life the way I want it to be.
So you know why I asked this question, because I still love movies, and I still watch them, and I have no shame in telling other people that I love cartoon and I watch them, because there's
There's nothing
always
wrong.
a very strong message in these cartoons.
Yeah.
So
I was
I
watching
day
one with
before
my
yesterday
son
I
the
saw
other
this.
day, and it was talking all about chakras, how it is
Yeah,
important to, unlock your chakras in life.
yeah, yeah,
And
true.
you're right, these movies as well, the children movies, they've got beautiful messages
Yeah,
in them. And one thing I wanted to say to you, you asked me, well, you did say something. I forgot it. It will come to me. But no, create your own destiny. You are the creator. We are the
yeah.
creators. So create that. I would highly recommend everyone uh, put pen to paper. What is it that you really, really want in life? And then start becoming one person. And the only thing that will stop you in becoming that person is you. So start believing in yourself. Get rid of any self doubt that you have. Uh, you are powerful. You are strong. You are enough. You always have been. You're more than enough. You are incredible. You're phenomenal. If you are listening to this show, remember that you have everything that you need within you. You do not need to seek it outside of you.
And you cannot even snatch somebody else's happiness. You cannot snatch even opportunity. What I say, you cannot snatch
See,
somebody
everything will
fame.
only come when you are.
Not
No,
snatch opportunities. You will get whatever you have,
no.
and whatever you deserve. This is what I say. You
I want
deserve
to
what
say,
you get.
I, I want to say one thing. Everything is in abundance. So why jealousy? Everything is there for everyone in abundance. And what is abundance? And abundance means even if you take abundance out of abundance, it remains abundant. If life is so abundant, why have that jealousy? The more love you spread, the more peace you spread, that's what you are going to get. Remember, everything is comes back to you. Everything energy comes back to its source. We are energy, and whatever you're giving out will come back to you. So whenever you're going out for walking or you're driving a car, bless the people in the other car, bless trees, bless leaves. I keep blessing them, because if I'm going to bless things, that will come back to the source. It's coming back to you. So keep doing that. Keep doing that.
So I think
That's
maybe
my
it's
message.
what you could say. Maybe it's more about, you could say, what what energy you're giving to the environment. I think you're getting that energy back. So if because what we are, we cannot change ourselves now. We cannot change our situation in the sense that now we cannot go to and live in the Mars. That could be, it could be a very good, you could say that, unrealistic approach. And I think if your approaches are unrealistic, then it is going to damage you. Then it's going to damage your personality as well. So whenever I'm doing some kind of, some kind of workshop, then whenever it comes to set, goal setting, then I said that your goal should be realistic as well. So at
No, it
moment you
should
cannot,
never be.
make a goal of, becoming some fairy or
No,
stuff like that. That is the
Anila, I'll
point.
stop you. Anila, I'll stop you there. Goals should
Okay.
never be realistic because they won't inspire you in life.
Okay.
Goals should never be realistic. Goals should be so much out there of you from the fantasy that will really inspire you to get out of your bed every day and you're going towards that. And when you will have those inspirational goals, your life is going to become beautiful. Let the universe work the how. You don't work the how. And Neela, when I do a goal setting workshop, I'm going to invite you for that. So you can come and see that goal setting and spread that. That they should never be realistic.
Okay, that is
People
something,
who have made fantasies, right?
because
People who
the
have
thing is that
actually
I asked you
anything that
that
they've
question,
invented.
because when you're a therapist, you always say that your goal should be realistic in the sense that you find them in reality. But when maybe sometime when we're talking to different people, maybe their perspectives are different. Maybe they're coming from different side, or maybe okay, I think she's gone. Let's hope she come back. And that was a very interesting discussion going with amazing person, Kangana, sorry, Gagan. Gagan Singh, she's from UK, and she did a wonderful discussion with us. And I hope she come back. Then we'll start our discussion again. If you have some question, those who are watching now can answer, can ask the question, and those who will watch later on, I will try to respond to these individual who have any kind of question. I hope so. She come back. And that was very interesting question I was asking her. Okay, let's wait for her for 2-3 minutes. I think we should say goodbye. I think she might have some kind of issue. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching me. And I will invite her again, and we will have this discussion from the moment we left the discussion. It was so nice to have her in our show. See you in the next live session. See you. Bye bye.